Welcome back to all my new subscribers and returning subscribers. Remember to keep dropping me comments on what you want to see me make weekly. Today we're going to make some chicken tenders. And with our chicken tenders, we're going to make a sauce for it. We'll call it an imitation cane sauce. It's a very simple sauce that pairs well with these chicken tenders. And we're also going to make French fries, but we're going to make a twist with it. We're going to make loaded French fries with a homemade cheese sauce topped with bacon as well as chives. So to get started, I have chicken breasts, and this is around 2 pounds of chicken breast. So as always, we want to definitely make sure we pat our meat dry so our seasonings can stick to our meat. So I'm going to remove the fat as well from our chicken breast, and I'm going to cut our chicken breast into strips around 1 inch or so. But remember to cut your fat off, because that's the part that it's not going to taste good at all. So make sure you cut your fat, clean your chicken up, and pat it dry thoroughly. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm going to go over some of the seasonings we'll be using today. And it's going to be seasoned salt, adobo seasoning, as well as paprika, onion powder, and then I also have a garlic herb seasoning that I'm going to use. And that actually contains some lemon extract in it as well. And I'm also going to use some parsley flakes. And that's optional, but I like the color that it gives our chicken. So now that I have my chicken cut into strips like I wanted, and I have everything patted dry, we're going to start seasoning everything up. And as you season, remember to keep turning your meat and just mix everything together. Now this is my onion powder I'm using, and this is just a fine onion powder. Use whatever works for you. You could also use garlic powder as well, but with this one I did not, because I actually have a adobo contains garlic in it, as well as my garlic and herb seasoning that I'm using. And we use paprika because that's going to give you a smoky taste, and it's going to give the chicken a nice color as well. Now you'll notice I did not use a lot of seasoned salt, because adobo does have some salt in it, and our garlic seasoning has some salt in it as well. So you just want to be balanced, because you do not want to over salt your chicken, because that can actually dry your meat out when you do that. And as you can see, that parsley really gives the chicken a nice color. So next I have a flour, and we're going to season our flour as well with the same seasonings we use on our chicken. Just the garlic, the paprika, as well as our garlic and herb seasoning, as well as our black pepper. And I'm also going to put some more parsley flakes in our flour as well. Now, in this particular time, I left the seasoned salt out because we do not want our meat over salted. So next, I'm going to make a quick mixture, because we're going to double batter our chicken. So I'm going to use around 1 cup of whole milk. And then I'm going to use an egg, and then we'll beat the egg into the milk. And that's our simple batter that we use. Now that we have our batter mixed up in our flour mixture, the first thing you want to do is dip your chicken tenders in your flour. And then you're going to dip it into your egg and milk mixture. And you want to do the flour first because you want the flour to stick to the chicken, and then you're going to dip it back in your mixture, and then you're going to dip it again in your flour. And by doing this, you get everything to coat, and it's going to sit on your chicken a lot better for you. It's not going to fall off. As you can see, you just shake the excess flour off and lay it on your plate or pan, whatever you're using. And by doing this, you're ensuring a crispier tasting chicken tender. Now, while we're doing this, we have our oil warming up. And I use around 1.5 cups to 2 cups of oil. And when we see our oil shimmering, we know it's ready to put our chicken tenders in. So when we're making our chicken tenders, we're going to fry around 3 to 4 minutes per side. And remember to always check your temperature of your meat. Now, while we have our chicken tenders frying, I'm going to make our cheese sauce for our French fries. So to start off, I'm going to cut up 2 to 3 strips of bacon. And that's going to be our topping on our French fries, as well as the cheese sauce and then some chives as well. So we're going to cook our bacon for around 4 to 5 minutes. And we're going to keep stirring it as we do this. Now with our bacon, you can use a knife, or these particular scissors are made to cut meat and vegetables and different things. So whatever works for you. So you just want to cut your bacon into strips because it'll cook faster when you do that. So now we'll go back to our chicken and flip our chicken over and look at that nice golden color of our chicken. And you can see the parsley flakes really wake our chicken up. Just color wise, this is how we want our chicken to look. And so we'll check back on our chicken in a few more minutes. Now, real important to always check your temperature. And you want your chicken between 160 and 170 on your tenders. Now, tenders tend to cook pretty quick, so definitely keep an eye out on your tenders, and these are ready to come off. And then you're going to let them drain on a wire rack or paper towels, just to let the oil drain off your meat. And look at that nice color that our chicken tenders have. Now that our chicken tenders are done, I've removed my bacon from here, and we're going to use the bacon fat to make our roux. And then for that, I'm going to use around 1 tablespoon of flour. Remember to whisk it and reduce your heat. I'm also going to use some whole milk as well as some half and half, and then continue to whisk. Remember, as we whisk our sauce and our milk, you need to definitely continue to whisk and turn your heat to medium, because we do not want any clumps and we do not want the milk to burn. And to this, I'm also going to add some paprika. And a little later, I actually added some black pepper as well as a little bit of salt, but be careful on your salt because we're going to be using cheddar cheese, and cheese contains quite a bit of salt, so just make sure you season to taste for your preference. And so as we whisk, we can see it starting to thicken up. So now I'm going to add some shredded cheddar cheese. And this is a mild cheddar. You can use medium cheddar or sharp cheddar, whatever your preference is. But this time, this all I found at the store, so I'm going to use the mild cheddar and continue to whisk. And this is around 1 cup of cheddar, but you can use 2 cups. However you want your cheese sauce to taste. You may want it to be a little stronger, or you may not. But remember, if you want it to be a little thicker, just continue to whisk and cook it a little longer, and you can add more cheese. And if you want a thinner sauce, just add more milk to your sauce, or half and half, whatever you're using. It's your preference over here. So you can see the cheese is a very nice color to our sauce. And this is around where I want it, so I already turned my heat off at this point. Now, I'm going to make a imitation cane sauce. Very simple sauce to make. It is ketchup, mayo, Worcestershire sauce, black pepper, as well as some garlic powder. And so when you do this, you can measure. You do not have to measure it out. You can just put equal parts. Around half a cup is what I did. And I put around 3 to 4 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. And then I put around half of teaspoon of black pepper, and the same on the garlic powder as well. And all you do is just whisk it with a fork or whisk, and just mix it thoroughly. And the more you mix it, the better your sauce is going to taste, because everything's going to get mixed completely up. And after you do this, just set your sauce to the side, or you can refrigerate it if you wish. But if you see that nice color, it looks exactly like the cane sauce that everyone loves. Very simple sauce to make at home with ingredients you probably already have. And so there's the look of our sauce. So now that I've already had cooked some French fries, and here's our cheese sauce that I did add some dry chives to. And look at the nice color to our cheese sauce. So now I'm going to top it with some bacon that is crumbled, and then going to top it with some freeze-dried chives. And if you can find them freeze-dried, these are really the best way to go, because you don't have to worry about anything going bad. They hold a long time. So now we're going to spoon our sauce into a ramekin and put everything together. And then we have a nice chicken tender meal with a nice sauce that we have, and then our smothered fries. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment.